it's Jason from Pro Guitar Studio. Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at arpeggios and how to make them more interesting. Now, if you've ever played an arpeggio before, you know that they do get boring. So we're just going to add one single note here to both of these arpeggios just to brighten it up a bit and make it more interesting for your ears. Now, another thing that comes into play is the rhythm of what you're playing. So keep that in mind as well. So if you're just playing like an arpeggio like, it can sound cool over top of a chord, for example, but it doesn't really add much interest. So the first arpeggio I'm going to work with is a D minor, and I'm going to show you first how to play the arpeggio. So we're going to play fret number 10 on the low E string, fret number 13 on the low E as well, and then fret 12 on the A string, 12 on the D string, 10 on the G string, 10 on the B string, 10 on the high E. Now, I don't go this high in the actual piece, but that's what you can work on to get that D minor arpeggio. Now you can do the same thing with a chord. So when we say arpeggio, it just means we're taking a chord and breaking up the notes. So playing the notes in a chord one at a time. And there's two ways we can think about this. One is that if we're playing rhythm guitar, we can arpeggiate the chord. But if we're playing lead guitar, we can separate the notes so that we actually know which notes will sound good over top of the chord, right? So if we have a scale, let's say like the D minor scale. So all those notes there exist within the same key, the D minor, but not all of them will sound good on the D minor chord. So to know which ones sound good in the chord, if you get your fingers used to the muscle memory of the arpeggio, it's already sort of blocked in with your fingers. Your fingers already sort of know what to do. So eventually it'll become intuitive and you can line up. So you can start to line up those chord tones just by getting that muscle memory down, okay? So that's your D minor, D, F, A, D, F, A, D. Now for our C, we're gonna play fret number 10 on the low E string, so fret number 8 on the low E string, fret number 7 on the A string, fret number 10 on the A string, fret number 10 on the D string, fret number 9 on the G string, fret number 8 on the B string, and fret number 8 on the high E. I use my middle index and then I shift over, ring, ring, middle, index, index. That's our C major arpeggio, or C major triad arpeggio. C, E, G, C, E, G, C. So those are the two shapes we're going to play with here. So over top of the track I started with, I played the D minor arpeggio straight up. I went D, F, A, D. Okay, so I did 1, 2, 3, 4 notes. And then I added in this note here, fret number 9 on the G string, which is an E. And I played G, F, which is part of the arpeggio, back to, sorry, not G, E, F, E. All right? And then I'm going to play the second string, 10th fret twice. That's your A note. All right, now timing-wise, like, the only two notes that are not in the same rhythm are be the last two. That's what makes it interesting there, right? There we go. That's our first half. Now, I actually lied. We're adding two notes in here. So the second time around as an ending, I do up the same thing. Instead of just two times on the A note, we're going to play A, B flat, A. So 10, 10, 11, 10. All right, so I added two notes. My bad, at the beginning I said one note, two notes. We're adding the E note on the D minor as well as the B flat. So this is from the D minor scale. All right, now I'm gonna switch to a C. I'm gonna go up to that C arpeggio. And on the C arpeggio, I'm gonna go C, E, G, C, E, and I'm going to add the F note in, fret number 10 on the G string, back to the E note. And then I'm going to play the G note on top there twice. Okay, so 8th fret string number 2. All right, now it's following the same rhythm. We're going to go up again. Play those two notes on top, but then we're going to add in an F and an E. So 10, 9 on the G string. First time. All right, so from the beginning. Missing some notes there, but you get the idea. So on the C chord, or the C arpeggio, I'm just adding one note in, which is the F note, okay? It's fret number 10 on the 3rd string. But for the D minor, I added the E as well as the B flat. And I just repeat that, that's the theme. So when it comes time to solo, basically I'm playing with the C major pentatonic, but I'm also adding in some notes. So like I said, it's from D minor, but I didn't want to use all the notes the whole way through. So as I'm playing through it, I'm adding select notes from that D minor scale, but not the whole thing, okay? So just as you play with it, you can play over the 2 chords, D minor and C. With the C major pentatonic works really nicely. Just because of how the chord tones line up, right? So that's what I was doing there for the improv. It was all improvised, so I couldn't tell you what I played. But that's there just for some fun. Try the arpeggios out. Try this phrase out if you can too. And like I said, it's all about adding to some little interest notes. So you can use your arpeggio, but then add in something interesting and change the rhythm up. So really the timing is everything. So you could even play just the arpeggio with an interesting rhythm and people would like it. So just try to stay away from all 8th notes the whole way through. Like you can do, if I was calling those 8th notes, let's say we can. The very end there, that's where we add that interest, right? So changing that rhythm up. So just keep that in mind as you go. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. If you like what I do here, please subscribe for more videos like this each week. I do a video each week, and hope to see you soon.